This is Jeff. I was trying to run down why I'm having trouble with Rapture when I click the patch change button on my GR20. So this is how I'm going to try to run it down. What I have is Rapture, and when I play my MIDI guitar, I get nothing. Isn't that typical? Oh, I know why. When I play my MIDI guitar, I get the Broken Bells patch from B-Rock's collection, Residual Effects Bank. Okay, so B-Rock suggested that I try controllers, excluding only controllers CC1 to 119 because he thought it was a controller 0 message. So if I rewind to the beginning and I record, and I step on the button that changes the patch, those are the events that I get in the event viewer. They're a patch normal with the data 384.20, looks like that. Output 4, channel 2, bank select method, normal with a star, not sure what that means, bank 384, patch 20. Okay, so, and if I uncheck controllers, I get these same messages, right? So what does that mean? That means that the problem must be not falling into one of these categories. I even tried excluding all the RPNs to try to see if I could get rid of these pitch bend sensitivity messages, and the answer is no. So save file, close. We have to close and reopen in order to be able to get Rapture working again, so we can see if we're successful. So we got it working, and if I change this to 16383, check that even, it doesn't matter. We'll delete all, record, step, same events. When I strum the guitar, I get no sound. So this wasn't a successful test. So we can bring this one back down and this one up. Uncheck. Unchecked, it should have been sufficient to prove that wasn't going to save us, but it doesn't matter. So we do close, open, oops, close. We open up the project again. We got our sounds, which is cool. So we go to non-special events now. Now see, everything is coming in on channels 1 through 6. So my thought was just to change this to channel 7, right? So if I just change it to channel 7, what happens? I click OK. When I strum, I get no sound, right? So if I click here and I strum, I get sound because the patch is off, right? Now if I want to change channels, I can click here and I can change patches, and then I turn this off again and it's still working. So like, that's a workaround. I don't know if there's a better one, and I don't know what the problem is. I guess maybe part of the problem is the patch change data contains banks that don't exist. But see, if that were the case, okay. So right now it's working, right? So if it were the case where the problem was just that it was changing to a bank and a patch that doesn't exist, then when I click the patch change button, right now I got no sound, then I ought to be able to actually go into the unit itself, double click a new sound, and get it to work, but it doesn't. So that's all I got.